Yes, yes, yes. It is time, guys. GrappleChat. You're the best. You guys are the best. But this is the best Raw review on the market. July the 2nd, 2018. 2018 Raw took place. Pretty rowdy crowd tonight. I liked the crowd interaction. The crowd did a really good job. They don't get enough credit in a lot of these reviews. And a show being good to a show being a little bit better, it can all land on the announce team, the little things, the presentation, how many times they cut to commercials during matches, if they're saying something weird on commentary, if one match goes a strange way, like there's all kinds of things that go into putting together a good Monday Night Raw, or a good wrestling program, and I, a lot of times, don't say enough about the crowd. So good job to this crowd. If you were in this crowd and you're watching this review, good job. You did good stuff. That thumbnail, heck yeah, man. I made a thumbnail for a GrappleChat, and then I was like, wait a minute. Let me see if I can find this this picture. And man, boy, did I ever find a picture. It wasn't hard to find either. It just popped up real quick. I was like, all right, I'm using that. So if you guys liked the thumbnail for this episode, it took a second. But it was worth it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Do not spam my chat. We're putting you in timeout. Don't spam my chat, dude. Don't spam my chat. All right? I'm going to give you 300 seconds to think about it. And if you come back in here or spam it again, then we're going to have to see you out, man. So welcome, guys. July the 2nd, 2018. Raw was okay. There was hot spots and cold spots. It was like if you tried to cook a steak in a microwave, you know. Try to cook not even a steak. You try to cook like a frozen dinner, and you don't follow the directions quite right, and you're like, here we go. And then there's one bite that's like really like steaming hot, and you're like, ooh. And then you get to the middle, and it's just like ice, and you're like, what the heck? It was like that. Raw was like a not well cooked frozen dinner. I'll say that. So let's get into the events here. We started off Monday Night Raw, and it was actually not Kurt Angle coming out to announce, oh, it is not him coming out and doing this. You suck. You suck. It was actually Roman Reigns, which, of course, got the crowd out of their seats booing and got them into the show immediately, which was great. Roman Reigns starts cutting a promo, and this happens.
They're extremely talented, and they got a bright future, but never ever in my career did I think I'd say that I lost to the Revival.
Oh, talking trash.
And I'm not making an excuse here, but the fact is I did have the worst tag team partner of all time, Bobby Lashley.
I don't think that's the worst.
And for whatever reason, Kurt Angle thinks it'd be smart to team up with him again, but I don't want to team up with Bob, no. I want to fight Bob.
I want to fight Bob.
And if Kurt don't want us to fight at Extreme Rules, then I say we do it right here, right now.
I want to fight Bob.
Because I don't like Bob. Bob is an egomaniac. And Bob is a fool. Because Bob actually believes that he's the guy. When the fact is, 10 years ago, you weren't the guy because you couldn't handle the role. And the fact is, 10 years from now, you still won't be the guy because I'm the guy.
Whoa.
You, Roman Reigns, are saying someone else is an egomaniac?
Here comes Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre.
You, the person who has to make everything about you. You walk around like you own the place. Hell, you call my ring your yard. You act like
Bob.
everything in this world has to go through you.
You always just have to go playing the hero. Like last week when you saved the day for your buddy Seth Rollins.
Such a monster.
It's not actually
Drew's
just
a
his
monster.
buddy. That's a former Intercontinental Champion, Seth Rollins. That actually, thank you. That actually brings us to the reason we're out here. Big Dog, you want everything to go through you? That's fine by us.
And since you stuck your nose in our business last week, I'd say it's only fair that we would return the favor right now.
Oh no. This does not bode well for Roman Reigns.
Oh, yes.
Roman just preemptively destroys their faces, man. Then Seth Rollins comes out and saves them. It was pretty cool. I actually did not dislike this beginning to Monday Night Raw. It was better than "You suck, you suck." Oh, it's true. I really don't care about my job. Really, it's true. Not that Kurt Angle isn't epic. He's cool. I like Kurt Angle a lot, but just his on-screen portrayal has been hasn't done any favors for him or his legacy, man. I can't wait to see him wrestle again. Is he even staying in shape? I hope, man. I hope he's still staying in shape because I want to see him tossing people around again. I want to see him tossing people, man. Yeah, I kept calling him Bob. Roman. I like the dismissiveness where he just calls him Bob. I actually did like this beginning of Raw, so no problem there. This was not a bad start to Raw, and it did set up the rest of the show because Roman already was supposed to have a tag team match with Bobby Lashley, like he was talking about right there, versus the Revival to get some revenge against the Revival for what happened last week, and the week before that. It just, man. Anyway. So Seth and Roman go backstage and they talk to Kurt Angle about it, and Kurt Angle's like, "Dude, you already have a match tonight, Seth. What are we supposed to do here?" And Roman's like, "I don't care." And so they double book Roman. We get double the Roman tonight, guys. Roman's gonna have 2 matches. He's gonna have a tag team match with him, and so Roman and Seth versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. And then he's also going to have the Bobby Lashley and Roman match versus the Revival. So, man, buckle up. Double the Roman. Then we got an on-screen... okay. Matt Hardy comes out. He's got his music. We actually get to hear his whole theme song for once, which I like. I actually really like Matt Hardy's theme and the interruption where it like kills all the hype and then it builds back up to Bray Wyatt's entrance music. I don't know, man. I don't really like that. I wouldn't even call it a mashup because they don't even mash them up. Like if you mash something, you like mash potatoes, the skins are in there and stuff. If you use skins, some people just skin them, but I'm saying like when you mash potatoes, you're mashing it together. I would not call their theme song a mashup. There's no mashing. I'd call it like a cut up, like a snip up or something, because all they do is snip it. It's not a mash. I want to hear what it would sound like if they actually mashed up their songs. It might sound cool. It seems lazy. Like Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt's theme seems lazy. I heard Bray Wyatt was in a car accident. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. I didn't see it. I didn't see it in any of my my WWE news feed or anything like that. But some very trusted sources told me he got in the car accident. So I hope that Bray Wyatt is okay. But anyway, it just feels like Matt Hardy gets in the ring, and then up on the screen, up on the Titantron, is Curtis Axel pretending to be him again. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm trying to remember if I've seen this somewhere before. Have any of you guys seen this somewhere before? I could have sworn that maybe it was just some weird deja vu. It's like a beginner DJ mashup. Yeah. I know. What the heck? We want Dean. Yeah, Dean Ambrose. When he comes back, it's going to be a breath of fresh air to Raw, I think, a little bit. Hopefully they just don't overuse him right away, Was JoJo not there tonight? Whoa, I didn't even think about that. Oh, it's true. So, for some reason, I feel like I saw Curtis Axel up on this Titantron doing this exact same thing. Maybe I'm mistaken. I don't know. But anyway, it felt like a previous Raw, which a lot of this Raw felt like a recycling. Like, I know the WWE does a lot of good for the communities with the Make-A-Wish Foundation and all the stuff that they got their hands into, Susan G. Komen. But recycling, I don't know, man. Is that their new thing? Like they're gonna recycle the scripts? That's what it is. They don't want to throw anything away to pollute the environment, so they just keep reusing the same old scripts. That's what it is, dude. We should be thanking you. Thank you, WWE. Thank you very much. Doing what you can to save our environment, one script page at a time. Just keep reusing them, because that's what it seems like, man. I know it's a feud, but there's a fine line between repeating and a feud. Okay, a feud is something that has progression. It doesn't look the same every single week. There's a difference there. So yeah. Anyway, Curtis Axel comes out and he beats Matt Hardy. He has a cool finisher too. I don't know. Hopefully we get to see Curtis Axel's finisher a lot more because I don't recall seeing his finisher anytime recently. I don't know what it's called. Neither did the announcers. Curtis Axel hit his finisher. It was like this swinging facebuster type thing. It looked really cool. The Son of Perfection picks up the win against Matt Hardy, and it was just, I don't know, man. They stay undefeated. It was a really just blasé type of match. There wasn't anything too good about it. Matt Hardy, he continuously looks like he's losing a step or something. I don't know. Maybe he's wrestling injured but he's not like quick to the step or anything recently. I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm saying like I'm used to seeing a little bit more out of him, but maybe because he's by himself, it's just shining a light more on it or something. I don't know. Something was off about him tonight. I don't know. I hope he's all right. Bray is married? I think Bray is married. Glad I wasn't the only one who noticed that. All right, so next we got what everybody tuned in for. It was the Bayley and Sasha Banks, what do you call it? The counseling session. So it shows Bayley. She's sitting on the couch. Do I have this? I hope I have this. I'd rather not even just talk about it. I'd rather you guys just hear it. Yeah, I do have it. I do. So anyway, it shows Bayley and Sasha Banks, and Sasha walks in, and of course they start talking trash. They can't help it. They have to talk trash to each other. But it's kind of weird because with how incredible of a beatdown that Bayley delivered last week to Sasha, I would have expected her to, as soon as she saw Sasha, to start throwing chairs at her and stuff in this counseling office. But no, nah, she's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Didn't you just throw this person into steel steps? You threw this person into steel steps." All right. So anyway, like I said, instead of talking about it, I'll just let you listen. What magazine is she? Super Lawyers.
What are you doing here? I have a 10 o'clock counseling appointment. I have a 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, 6A. I'm 6A. Oh my gosh, of course, you follow me
listen
everywhere.
to me.
What are you doing?
What do you mean?
Last
What am I
week
doing?
done with
Kurt
you.
sent me here because of you.
Because of me?
Yes.
You started all
I was
of
gonna get
this.
fired if I'm not here.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
gonna
this
get
is all
fired
your
too.
fault.
And
You're
it's
the one
all
who
your
attacked
fault.
me.
I attacked you. You've been attacking me my whole life.
Ladies, good morning. I'm Dr. Shelby, and I'm going to be helping guide you through your friendship counseling together. So if you're ready, why don't you follow me into what I like to call the friend zone.
The friend zone. I can't wait. So all right. They gave a good zoom in on this guy. I was not watching WWE so closely when Team Hell No had their counseling session, but I guess that's the same doctor that was doing that, or the same counselor who was helping them out with their issues. So it was weird because Sasha seemed madder than Bayley, but Bayley was the one who got so mad that she just tried to literally maim Sasha Banks. So it was a little weird, but oh well. Anyway, SkullCrusherPrincess, what is up? Yeah, that is Kevin Owens in the thumbnail. That is. He's oh gosh. We're gonna get to it. But let's just say he had a crappy day. That's what I should have called it. I should have called it Kevin Owens' crappy day. That's what I should have put the title as. Anyway, oh gosh. So that's the start of what we're going to be revisiting, and as the show went on, they were going back to them and showing that they're not making any progress as a counseling session, and then it just goes to be continued. And so I was thinking that they were going to end this tonight, that this was going to be the end of it. But I guess next week we're going to get another recycled script, and we're going to see more of it. So hopefully it's entertaining next week. Hopefully there's some sort of breakthrough. Hopefully Bayley just turns all the way heel, wrecks the office, and then next time we see her, she's wearing black leather and she's got her hair all dyed black and she's wearing the super goth makeup. I would love that. That would be hype. Then I would get back into this whole rivalry thing. Does he get points for that? He got some points tonight. He got some points. Oh gosh, man. So when we get to the Kevin Owens part, it's gonna be some fun. Crappy days fitting for sure. So yeah, this Sasha Banks Bayley thing. I mean, I will give it to WWE. This was a little bit better presented than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was just gonna be them sitting like in the backstage area with like people eating cake and stuff around them, and they're just like trying to have like a counseling session with one of the WWE doctors or something like that, or they bring in Santino. I don't know, man. But I was glad that they at least went off, um, off site and had a pre-tape thing, and that they're putting some effort into this at least, because obviously Bayley's been here and there on TV barely, and Sasha Banks, they haven't really had much for her because she's not in the title picture at the moment. So it was good to see that they're at least getting into this rivalry and giving it some on-screen time. So I was actually pretty okay with this, even though it's not the reason I tuned into wrestling, but it was at least something. Anyway, all right. So next, you had the Authors of Pain against Titus Worldwide. And let me tell you, there are probably pieces of Titus Worldwide all over worldwide, because the Authors of Pain were just tossing them around. I mean, assisted powerbomb, neck breakers, just everything that Akam and Razor to be doing on a regular basis. They're doing it here. Regular basis, rearranging faces. This was an okay tag match. Apollo Crews got in some flippy stuff. He looked good. Titus, he was looking strong out of the gates, at least taking it to the Authors of Pain a little bit, but they're just too much right now, and I'm glad, because they need to build up this tag team division. And the way that you do that is you put people in matches. You don't leave people off TV for like a month and a half like they just did with Authors of Pain. So the fact that they're putting Titus Worldwide on TV, the fact that Authors of Pain are on TV, the fact that Revival was out there tonight, it's good stuff for tag team wrestling, and I'm glad to see it. But yeah, Authors of Pain make quick work of Titus Worldwide, although Titus Worldwide got some shots in, so it was all right. Next up was the match. Old like Kurt Angle, but he's bad as general manager. Oh, you like Kurt Angle? Okay, I see what you're saying. No wonder Stephanie appointed the Constable. I like the Constable. Oh man, you can say that, Adam. I can't watch Raw. Oh, I'll be telling you about it. You can watch this back. I'm just not getting to it yet. I'm getting to it though. You'll see, SkullCrusherPrincess. You'll see. Plus, this will be uploaded to YouTube unless WWE tries to copyright strike me again. So you could just watch it back once you get time or whatever. Oh, you got to go. See, that's what I was saying. You can watch it back a little later on. I don't want to get to that part yet, but it's funny. It's funny when you find out. You'll laugh, I think. So Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. They've actually done this wrong on their own website. It says, this is what it says on the WWE official website right now. It says Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins versus Intercontinental Champion Dolph Ziggler and Roman Reigns. How can Roman Reigns be on both tag teams? Did Roman Reigns have a twin tonight? Dude, Roman Reigns fought against himself tonight. That's how many matches he's got. WWE messed up their own stuff. Oh, well, anyway. So Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, they fight against Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre in a good match. This was a very good tag team match. Of course, Seth was out there just, I would say, stealing the show. If that wasn't Dolph's thing, Seth was doing it. Seth was stealing the show. There was a point in the match where, of course, Dolph and Drew, they're both looking incredible. They're both doing great wrestling out there, as well as Roman. When Roman stepped into the ring against, squaring off against Drew McIntyre, it just had that big fight feel to it. I really loved that, their exchanges. But there was a point where Seth Rollins was rocking and rolling so much that he The suicide dive to the outside, crushed Drew McIntyre into the barricade. Then he goes in, he destroys Dolph Ziggler. Then he climbs up on the top rope, climbs up onto the ring post, and then jumps off of the ring post on top of Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler. It was outlandish. And he lands and he just pops up like he did, like nothing happened. He's just like, yeah, that's right, that's what I do. And Dolph and Drew are dead, and then they go to commercial break. They come back from commercial break, and now the tables have completely turned. This is why I wish that they would work a little bit more closely with the people who are blocking these matches out, who are booking the matches when it comes to going to commercial, because they went to commercial and it was like, dang, yo, they're really rolling Roman and Seth, they're killing it, and then you come back from commercial and it's like you're watching a different show because they're not in control anymore. At least from my perspective, it looked like the entire match did a complete 180 after commercial break. So it was just a little jarring because there's like a little break there, and it's like, okay, cool, and you come back and it's like, what happened? Roman versus Roman, book it. If they could, they probably would, man. If they could, they probably would book it. Roman versus Roman. All they got to do is hire that Jason Momoa guy from Game of Thrones and Justice League, Aquaman. Hire him. Then they can have Roman versus Roman. They should just do that. I would actually kind of like to see that match. I'd kind of like to see Roman versus Jason Momoa. So in the middle of the match, the Revival comes out and they pull Roman Reigns off the apron and just start beating him up, and then it's a disqualification win for Roman and Seth. So Dolph and Drew get the loss off a disqualification, and it's just sparking even more disdain between the Revival and Roman Reigns. I'm glad the Revival, as I was saying before, a tag team that was not getting much action, not getting much TV time, is now in like a pretty major. I wouldn't even call it a storyline, but I guess it's a storyline. They're getting some cool stuff. Okay, I'm glad that the Revival is on TV. All right, that's good. This is good. This is good. After that, Constable Baron Corbin comes out, dressed in his vest, bald-headed as usual. I don't know if he got a new tattoo, but there's a tattoo on his neck that I never saw before. Maybe it's just because of his haircut now I can see it, but looks like he's got a new tattoo. I don't know why that's important, but it's just something I wanted to talk about. So Baron Corbin comes out and he demands an apology from Finn Balor. Finn Balor comes out, he's smiling, and there was one point in this little promo, because they were just talking back and forth in the middle of the ring. There's one point in this promo where I think that maybe Vince McMahon or somebody who writes the show tried to get in like a cheap little stab at homosexuality or something, but Balor's wearing his rainbow shirt, his shirt with the different colors on it, to represent everyone pride and gay pride and stuff like that. And Baron Corbin points directly at his shirt and says, you need to like swallow your pride or something, like, and he's pointing at the shirt, and I don't know, I just kind of caught it as like, why would he use that exact wording and be pointing at the shirt? But maybe I'm just looking too far into it, but it looks like somebody tried to get a little jab in there. Either way, whatever. So Baron Corbin, he's trying to like just keep it together, because if somebody like Finn Balor was across from you and you're trying to get them to apologize for what they did and all that stuff, and they're just smiling in your face and like talking trash, which is what Finn was doing here, it would kind of get grating on your nerves. I think you'd be like, what the heck? So this is what their exchange was sounding like. It was. I'm not going to say it was great, but it was fun.
As Constable of Raw, I'm here to help. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. Everybody needs help to get to their full potential. If your boss chews you out in a team meeting, he's just trying to help. If your teacher sends you to detention, they're trying to make you a better student. If a police officer gives you a speeding ticket, they're just trying to make you a better driver.
The Ron
Stephanie
Corbin
McMahon appointed me constable to make Kurt Angle a better general manager and to help all the superstars in the locker room achieve their full potential. So to help him get his career back on track, I'm inviting Finn Balor out here to offer me an apology.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my comments about your vest last week got you fired from TGI Fridays.
See, he's just talking trash in his face now. Baron Corbin's like, "Wha-"
Okay, I get it. You're still angry that I pinned you 2 weeks ago, so I'll let that slide. I'll be the bigger man. Well, obviously. And I'm gonna give you another chance. Just say you're sorry.
You do deserve an apology. An apology from whoever gave you that haircut.
Haircut. Oh, gosh. Still talking trash.
Listen, you
Smiling
little
at him.
twerp. I'm trying to help you out. Stephanie McMahon handpicked me for a reason to be the constable of Monday Night Raw. So suck up your pride, give me the respect I deserve, and apologize.
I'm sorry, but you stopped deserving anyone's respect the day you became Stephanie McMahon's stooge.
Many snaps.
Oh, that cheap shot by Corbin. Balor deserved that one.
Yeah, what
Balor deserved that one.
Constable Corbin was going to do.
So a beatdown ensues. Finn Balor goes to the top rope, and he looks like he's going to destroy Baron Corbin on the outside, but Baron Corbin gets out of range, and that's the end of that exchange. It was pretty cool. I guess they're going to go forward with a Finn Balor and Baron Corbin feud, which I'm all right with. I'm all right with that. Finn Balor can do some good stuff. He can stay, pretty in the main event type of picture, since Baron Corbin is the appointed constable by Stephanie McMahon. I think that makes him pretty high up the fight card, kind of, even though there's no belt on the line. I think this could be pretty interesting. And as long as they keep it fire, as long as they keep it to where both of them are just trying to be at each other's throats, I think this could be an okay feud. Where it's gonna get weird is if they make it comedic, or if they make it so that all Finn does is talk trash. That's why I was really glad here that this broke down into a fight between them, and that Finn was showing that fire, because it was seeming like Finn just wanted to crack jokes, and that's not really what I want to see from Finn. He went from the demon to joke cracker. It's like, man, you're not George Carlin. You're not George Carlin. You're stooge, yeah. You're a stooge. I liked it though. I'm glad that they're giving both of these guys something to do, and I'm looking forward to where it goes. And I don't know if they're trying to paint Finn Balor as that anti-establishment type of dude, or if he's going to be going up against Stephanie McMahon or the Authority. But I think we kind of need that sort of thing in wrestling. If you look back, one of the greatest feuds of all time, one of the greatest parts of modern wrestling has been Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Vince McMahon and the Authority and all that. So I kind of feel like if we don't have that, it's kind of like not utilizing part of your roster, because Stephanie McMahon is part of the roster. Triple H is part of the roster. Vince McMahon, he's pretty much part of the roster. So, and they're pretty much the most heelish it could get, because they're ruling everything. So I'm not sure if they're going for that, but the way that Finn was talking about him being a stooge and stuff like that, and that he doesn't deserve respect because he's in cahoots with Stephanie McMahon, maybe we're gonna see Finn Balor being the guy who's gonna go after the Authority or something. Too early to tell, and I hope it means something, but we shall see. We shall see there. Next up, we had Ember Moon versus Liv Morgan. As soon as this came up on my screen that these two were gonna fight next, I was like, I guess they have to do something, they have to put Ember Moon in action somehow. But it's just Liv Morgan, to me, she doesn't seem up to the same skill level as Ember Moon on like any part of this, any part of the in-ring product here. Maybe on promos, I don't know. I don't really like Ember Moon's promos too much. She comes off completely different than her mystique. She has this mystique when she comes out, like her music and her look and her contacts, just everything about her speaks mystique. Like she's got this thing, this mystical, like she's got the it factor, you know. But then when she gets on the mic, she's like, "Hi, you know, I'm just kind of thinking about the match that's coming up," and it's like, "Well, who are you? Is there like some sort of like Hulk thing that she's got? Like when, as soon as she's coming down to the ring, she turns into some sort of like monster, but any other time she's just some mild mannered girl or something. I don't know." Miss Lala with the grapple chat hype. Oh my goodness, Miss Lala, thank you so much. Miss Lala hype. That's what I'm talking about. Miss Lala. Thank you so much. Miss Lala hype. Boom, boom, boom. Miss Lala, thank you so much. You almost took Brandon off of his perch with that. That was close. It was very, very close. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that. I wish there was something that would pop up when people do super chats. Is there a way for me to do that? I think there might be. I'm gonna have to look into that, guys. There should be like something else that pops up, something cool, something a lot cooler than what I got right now. So thank you for that. Ember Moon, just she's actually having a like pretty normal toe-to-toe match with Liv Morgan, and a lot of times Liv Morgan was in control of this match, and I'm just thinking back to like NXT, and I'm thinking how well they've presented her so far, and now that she's fighting Liv Morgan by herself with no outside interference either, because Sarah Logan was at ringside for this match, but she didn't do anything to mess it up. This is the same squad. This is the Riot squad. Okay, these are the same people backstage destroying things just because they like causing havoc. They like being basically kind of like Sanity, but like not even. I don't can't compare them. But Ruby Riot's epic. I think Ruby Riot is injured right now. I think Adam Bomb told me that. So yeah, I think Ruby Riot is injured right now. So they were without Ruby Riot. And it's just, I don't know, man. She's just unbelievable in the ring, but she's actually going toe to toe with Ember Moon, and I'm like, what are you guys telling me? What you're telling me? Like, I remember Ember Moon is supposed to be like the best woman on the roster, one of them. It's supposed to be like Ember Moon, Charlotte, Asuka, like these names, Becky Lynch. You're supposed to be saying these names with that like oomph, you know, like they're the ones, man. And Naomi. Maybe Alexa, maybe I wouldn't say Carmella, but for some reason Carmella can go toe to toe with Asuka now. So who knows, man? I think there's like something backstage that they're eating that one day, if you eat the right thing backstage, apparently it's blue. Whatever it is backstage that some of these women are eating, that's making them way better than they used to be, like in a short period of time against people that they shouldn't even be able to remotely deal with. It's got to be blue because Liv Morgan, her whole entire mouth is just blue, her tongue, everything. So Liv Morgan, whatever it was, I don't know if they're eating Smurfs back there, but it worked. It worked today because Liv Morgan went straight toe to toe with Ember Moon for like a good 7 or 8 minutes before Ember Moon hits her with the Eclipse and just sends her into the next area code. It was a good Eclipse though. The way that Liv Morgan took it, it was like the Eclipse came, and then Liv Morgan, she gets hit with it, and then she goes flying like The Rock. But it wasn't like as corny as when The Rock took that stunner. Remember when The Rock took that stunner and then he like fell back and then he flipped himself over out the ring and everything? It wasn't like that, but it made me think of that a little bit because she went flying. It was cool. It was cool. Oh, my bad, Brandon. Nah, he's still on top, but he's close. So it was a okay match. I mean, I'm all for making these women look and be presented as powerful, so that every match we get is like, oh man, I got to see what happens here, so that we're not like, oh, this is gonna be a super squash match, no reason to watch. So it's not that I don't want Liv Morgan to be presented as a credible superstar. It's that you gotta take small steps in something like that, or else it doesn't make sense. Okay, like if one day somebody shows up for tryouts and they're like scrawny, they don't look like they could do anything, and then like 2 weeks later they come back and they're all buffed up and stuff, and they're running all over the place. It's like, man, maybe steroids. Like in real life you would say that. So when it's this, they got to take small steps. I would have had her fight Natalia or something. Even though Natalia is a very, very gifted athlete as well, but maybe had Liv Morgan fight Natalia and then have like there be some sort of reason that Natalia loses, like she goes after the knee or maybe there's a reason that Natalia almost loses because Liv Morgan exploits the knee injury from a couple weeks ago or something. Like have her take small steps and looking better and better in the ring so that week by week you're like, dude, I don't know about Liv Morgan. She's getting kind of good, man. You seen her last week? Her versus Natalia was pretty good. Maybe she'll have a chance this week versus somebody else, and then somebody else. Don't put her against Ember Moon and then tell me that she can go 7 or 8 minutes with Ember Moon, who was the previous NXT Women's Champion. Like, come on. All right, just small steps with stuff like this, so that's not so jarring. Because that's just all I was thinking is like, dude, is she really taking it to Ember Moon? So anyway, all right, I'm past that now. All right, Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley take on Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns in a tag team match. No, it's Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley versus the Revival. And this is an okay match, but Roman Reigns, he was trying to be the big dog and not let Bobby Lashley in. He was trying to prove that he could take out the Revival himself, which was cool because if you listen to Roman's promo that I played a little bit ago for you guys right here, he said, I never thought I would lose to the Revival. Like he was dismissive of them. So that one line, if they would have harped on it a little bit more, it would have probably made more sense during the match to a lot of people. But I'm glad that he said that during his opening promo. That was good writing. That was good attention to detail because it played out later on in the night. Roman Reigns would not let Bobby Lashley in the match because he wanted to destroy the Revival by himself because he said, I can't believe I lost to these guys. You know, he's like, they're good, but me? Nah, come on. So it made sense why Roman Reigns didn't want to tag in Bobby Lashley. So this was some good storytelling here. I was like, oh, attention to detail. What? Yo, remember Rock getting gored by Rhino? No, I don't remember that. I got to see that. Yeah, Liv held her own tonight. So it was great. I was happy. I was very happy about this ending here. Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley actually won the match via disqualification. So that's 2 disqualification wins tonight for Roman Reigns. Both at the hands of the Revival. The Revival just wouldn't get off of them. The Revival, both members got in and they were beating up Roman Reigns, and I loved it because it shows. It's the storytelling. Roman Reigns wanted so bad to prove that the Revival can't touch the big dog. And so the Revival were like, okay, you want to see? And then ding, 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 ref's like, no, disqualification, because they just wouldn't get off of him. The ref was counting, like, get out of here, guys. You got to get out of here. One of you's got to go. And neither Revival left, so disqualification win. And Bobby Lashley just hops off the apron and just walks up the ramp. And they, like, frame it up like he's a bad guy for this. I don't know, man. They're trying to build some sympathy for Roman here or something, but it made sense because Bobby should be like, dude, you didn't let me in the match, so whatever, dude. You got beat down. I'm not going to save you. Why would I save you? I don't even like you. And plus, you called me Bob a bunch earlier. Well, you calling me Bob? I'm going. So he walks up the ramp and he's like, whatever, Roman, see you later. And meanwhile, the Revival beats Roman down. And I was surprised Seth didn't come out to save him. No Seth. Seth was like, nah, it's good. Roman, you kind of deserve this. You kind of, I'll catch you later. I don't know why Seth didn't come out, but there was no Seth. So it was a cool ending. It was good storytelling, and this is the quality of presentation, storyline, promo, in-ring action, like all this stuff actually weaving together to tell a story. And this is what they could do with a lot of these things instead of just throwing people in matches together or repeating the same thing over and over again. You can tell a compelling story by just a line in a promo or the way a promo is delivered or who they're talking about. And then the in-ring action unfolds and it shows these people's agendas. It shows these people's, it shows their heart. It shows what they want to do and it shows what they're telling you that they're supposed to be like. And it just comes together. So I really liked this Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley thing. I did not think I'd be saying that tonight, but it was one of the highlights of just Raw actually telling a compelling story, and I liked it. Excellent. Exactly. This is good. That is good. So then we get No Way Jose. We came back from commercial and he's dancing in the ring and whatever. I actually like No Way Jose. He's been doing a lot better of just looking presentable. But tonight was not his night because Mojo Rawley came out, runs into the ring like he's gonna actually wrestle a match, but then he just pops off at the mouth. He's like, "Yo, you think you deserve a rematch, man? What? Anyway, so then he hops out of the he hops out of the ring and he goes right after the hamburger guy, but it's a different hamburger guy this time. I guess there's a new hamburger guy in each city. So this hamburger guy was a black guy, and Mojo grabs him. He's like a kind of like my build. Grabs him, and he turns. He grabs him over here because this is where the if you guys are looking behind me at the ring, you know how the what are they called, the No Way Jose squad or the conga line, the No Way line, I don't know, but anyway, the whole No Way, the Adam Rose, I don't know, whatever. They all line up over here, and Mojo hops out of the ring this way, grabs the guy by his sandwich outfit, by his burger outfit, and he turns around and just tosses him. And I'm like, no, he's gonna toss him onto the steel steps because the cameraman was behind the steel steps, so you just see the steel steps in the foreground, and you see Mojo just toss him. I'm like, not on the steel steps, dude. That's sharp as heck, and this guy's gonna be destroyed. I don't care. The burger's only gonna help you so much, man. But he's actually flying over the steel steps and then like out to where the ramp is at. Like he tossed this guy like a good 10 yards. Mojo showing Gritty he'd bully him. He probably would, man. That guy's legit. And when he gets hype, it's over with, man. I really do like his intensity. He sends this hamburger sailing, dude. If you ordered a hamburger in the second row, you would have got one. The third row, you would have got one. Fourth row, you still probably would have got this hamburger if he was tossing them to you. Crunches on the ground. Then he takes off. He does his little football stance, the 3-point stance, and just smashes through him. And that's when No Way Jose comes out. And No Way Jose just gets served up too, man. Mojo just mashing everybody out here. So yeah, he just brawled with him. There was no match, no decisive, 1, 2, 3 submission, none of that stuff. The bell didn't even ring. So it was just Mojo handling everybody. So that was pretty fun. Next up, we got Alexa Bliss. They showed a whole package, still hyping up this Ronda Rousey Alexa Bliss thing that they had. They're like 2 exchanges they've had, which is somehow, I don't know, man. Like I understand what they're trying to do. I know that this is supposed to be like their main, women's Raw Women's Championship feud. I know it's supposed to be that, but it seems weird that they got like a 2-minute promo package that was like cut together all epic and stuff, but they've only been in the ring together for like a combined 2 minutes. Like she hopped in the ring, she hit Ronda Rousey all over her body with that case. That's how she says it, all over her body. Hit her with the case. Ronda Rousey went to the outside. She hit her with the case. So that was maybe like 20 seconds of in-ring time together. Then Ronda Rousey came out on the Raw after that, and she was in the ring with Alexa for maybe like a minute worth of a promo, and then she just chose to beat her down. She beat up Kurt Angle a little bit, and then that was it. So like this promo package was longer than any of their interactions. So it's like I wish they would do something, but they did do something. They actually showed Ronda Rousey earlier in the day. She's like, "Yo, I'm suspended from Raw, but I'm not suspended from Extreme Rules. So if I gotta go see Alexa Bliss, I'm gonna just buy a ticket to the front row." So I was like, "Dang, it's like that." So we may see Alexa Bliss a little scared in the coming weeks, because Ronda has proclaimed that she's gonna be at Extreme Rules, but she just might have to be in the front row as a fan or something. And I have the wrong date going on down here. Oops. I just realized this. Hang on, let me fix this. But that was cool. I was like, oh dang, it's like that, Ronda. You're gonna actually just buy a ticket. Pretty sure she can get a really good ticket for cheap, for very, very cheap. 02. There you go. My bad, guys. My bad. Trying to give you guys a very, very nice looking time. All over your body. The way she said it to her, I just love it. So that was cool. So anyway, Alexa Bliss comes. She's out. So that was all happening during Alexa Bliss just standing in the ring. Oh, was it? Or was it before Alexa Bliss came out? I think it was before. Maybe it was during. I don't know. But Alexa Bliss is in the ring later on. Her and Mickie James are together. I still don't know why Mickie James is running with her. I don't know how that makes any sense. I thought they were like feuding, and now Mickie James is like cool with her. Maybe she'll double cross her sometime soon. Who knows? Out comes Nia Jax, and I'm like, dang, uh-oh. And it turns out it's not even a match between Nia Jax and Alexa Bliss. It's a match between Nia Jax and Mickie James. But Nia's like, I brought my friend too. And then it's Natalya, and Natalya is at ringside. So these things are strange, because if you're going to have a woman come out, and she's got her friend with her, and then they're talking trash and all this stuff, and then you come out and you're like, I brought my friend with me. Don't you think that's going to be a tag match? Don't you think? Like, okay, let's say you're standing outside 7-Eleven. You and your friend. I'm talking to you. You right there. You watching this right now. You and your friend are standing outside 7-Eleven. You're both having a Slurpee. All right? You're both having a Slurpee. I walk up and I'm like, yo, what's up? And you're like, hey, Gritty, hey. I know we had problems before. I'm like, nah. No, you don't know. I see you got your friend there. Well, I brought my friend too. And then somebody walks out. I don't know. Freaking Epic Dragon 57 walks out. And he's like, yeah, that's right. And then it turns out to be like a match between... It turns out to be a fight between me and your friend that I don't even know. Like, what? Like, why am I fighting your friend? I'm talking to you. Like, I don't know, man. It just didn't make any sense. I'm like, okay, I guess it's Nia Jax versus Mickie James. And Nia Jax beats Mickie James. It was an okay match. A lot of ground work, and Mickie James going after the knee of Nia Jax. Nia Jax puts the match away with a lackluster Samoan drop. I've seen her do Samoan drops with a lot more authority. Maybe Mickie James was slightly hurt, or her back is hurting her, so Nia Jax took it easier on her. I don't know the whole story behind it. All I know is what I saw, and what I saw was Nia Jax picked her up on her back and went like this. Like, that was the Samoan drop. That is not a Samoan drop. That's like a off coast drop. That's not worthy of the islands of Samoa. Okay, you got to upgrade that Samoan drop a little bit. Tonight it was like, you okay? And the thing was, it was almost like an are you okay moment, because once she hit her with it, she goes for the pin, and Mickie James like hugs her. She like hugs her arm. I noticed this, and I'm like, what the heck is Mickie James doing? It was not a kick out attempt. It was not trying to get the shoulder up. She actually curled her arm around Nia's, like a touching moment as she's getting pinned. I'm like, let's go. Anyway, all right, next. So Nia Jax defeats Mickie James, and Natalya and her just kind of have like a nice little gloating moment at the end. Then we go backstage and we see probably the funniest and best part of Monday Night Raw is just all the work that Kevin Owens did tonight. He was so scared because he was scheduled to have a match tonight with Braun Strowman. So he's like, nah, man, nah, come on. And he's like begging Kurt. He's like, Kurt, can you like just cancel the match? Like, do you like Shania Twain? I'll get you tickets and I'll babysit your kids. And Kevin Owens just backstage, and Kurt Angle's like, there's no way you're getting out of this match, man. Even though he was smiling with them. I liked their exchange backstage. I think Kevin Owens makes everybody like better on Raw. They're so lucky to have him. Then he's backstage later with Jinder Mahal. and Jinder Mahal's in the middle of his like he's trying to be at peace, inner peace with himself. So him and Sunil Singh are backstage, and he's like, Ashanti. I don't know if he's talking about the singer. I don't know what that means. Ashanti. I gotta figure that out. I don't know. I gotta find that out. He's probably not talking about the singer, but he's like, Shanti. Is it Shanti or Ashanti? I don't even know, man. Oh man. Oh yeah, man. And he had this great line. Kevin Owens has such great lines tonight. You're right. I almost forgot about this. So Kevin Owens is like, I don't even say it right. I don't want to say that. And he's like, no, you Ashanti. And he's like, oh man, it's not gonna work. It's not working. And he's just like talking to Jinder and Sunil Singh. And I just love it because it shows that like heels can still be people. They don't always have to be evil. They can have fun, or they can talk to other heels, and they don't always have to be trying to choke each other out and stuff. I just loved it, man. I loved it. I love Jinder. It's no surprise. It's not anything new. I love Jinder Mahal. I know I'm one of the only people on the planet apparently, but whatever. I just see the comedy and just the fun of just everybody hating on him so much, even though it's like, dude, he's just out there trying to make you mad, and you're letting it happen. So now he's doing this, and then I think it's Renee Young comes backstage, and she scares the crap out of Kevin Owens because he's on the lookout for Braun the whole time. And Kevin Owens is like, he's like, I don't know, I just saw you come out of nowhere and you're bothering me. And meanwhile, Braun Strowman, he said, Braun Strowman looks at me like I'm a slab of bacon, and he's just some weirdo. He said he's licking his lips, looking at me like I'm a slab of bacon, and he's just some weirdo. Oh my God, it was just so funny, man. Oh, so Kevin Owens is just trying to delay the inevitable. He knows he's gonna get destroyed tonight. And he's like, whatever, I'm ready. It's fine. It's fine. Summoning the ghost of Ashanti. Oh, man. So, oh, gosh. What happened now? Oh, yeah, okay. So, then it's going to be Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens. So, Kevin Owens' music comes on. He comes out. He's standing in the ring. Then Braun's music comes on. They waited like an extra long moment before they played Braun's song. Braun comes down to the ring. Kevin Owens is in there. He looks like he's going to be brave and fight. The bell rings, and just like one little exchange, and Kevin Owens gets out of the ring. He rolls out of the ring, and then he's looking at Braun, and the ref is starting to count. The ref's like 1, 2, and then Kevin Owens just turns around and runs. He runs to the backstage area. He keeps looking behind him to see if Braun is following him. But this is what was really cool about this. Braun stayed in the ring instead of following him. Braun stayed inside the ring to get the win. So that's why Kevin Owens had such a head start. So this is once again attention to detail, storytelling, matches, and backstage segments and promos. They don't have to be so separate and so blocked out, because that's where things can like lose their meaning or stop having a congruent presentation. What they did here was storytelling in the ring and then backstage and then afterwards. So it was really cool. Braun standing in the ring, the ref is counting to 10. Braun doesn't want to leave the ring until the ref gets to the 10 count. So Kevin Owens is running around backstage. He tries to get to his car. He doesn't have his keys. So he decides to hide inside of a porta-potty that is next to his car. And I can already tell that this is going to turn out horribly, because it always does. It always does. But this was bad. So Braun, bad in a really good way. Braun comes out and he's like, "Where's Kevin Owens?" And the guy with all the keys, he just runs off. I love it. He didn't try to like explain or tell him that he was in the porta potty. Like, just the sound of Braun's voice and looking at this monster in front of him. The car key guy, whatever his name, I don't know if it's a chauffeur. What do you call that? Bellhop? What are those things called? What are those things called? I like, it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway, it'll come back to me, or somebody will tell me in the chat. So that guy runs off, and Braun is just looking around. He's looking over by the semi trucks outside. He's looking around, and then he starts to walk back in. But the crowd is chanting "Porta Potty, Porta Potty." You could hear them. You could hear the crowd chanting. This is why I was saying from the beginning of this review, good job, crowd. The crowd was cool tonight. Porta Potty. And Braun stops. He passed the porta potty like he was going to go back inside, but then he just stops. And then he's sniffing. He's smelling around. He's like, walks up to the porta potty, and this was so funny. Braun knocks on the door, and he uses like his best girly voice. He's like, "Is anybody in there?" And you hear Kevin Owens, "Yeah, go away." And then Braun's like, and he goes over and grabs a roll of electrical tape or duct tape or something. Yeah, duct tape. grabs some duct tape and just tapes up the whole porta potty with Kevin Owens in it. And Kevin's like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And Braun's like, "I told you I'd find you." And a valet. There you go. A valet. My bad. Yeah, Adam Bomb, thank you. And Miss Lala, thank you. A valet. That's the name of it. Sorry, I got a lot of words in my head. A valet. That's the guy who ran off and we didn't see him. Like, this guy literally booked it because when the camera turned, like, maybe 10 seconds later, the guy was nowhere in sight. The guy just ran as far and as fast as he could. Oh, man. And this was incredible. Told you I'd find you! Grabs these ropes that are on the bottom of the porta potty and just starts dragging Kevin Owens inside the porta potty. Oh my goodness, dude. Oh, I'm loving it because, like, I honestly didn't want to see a match between these two. Like, I was gonna watch it, of course, but there was only like 5 minutes of Raw left at this point, and I was like, there's no way they're gonna have a match. So the fact that Kevin Owens just ran out and they started showing him backstage, I'm like, okay, I see what we're doing here. This is gonna be good. He drags Kevin Owens all the way through the backstage area, all the way through the inner workings of the arena, all the way to back out to where the crowd is at, drags him up the ramp, drags him to the side of the ramp, and you could see that Braun Strowman is sweating like through his tank top and everything, because he got a workout tonight. Okay, even though Braun didn't have to really fight anybody, he definitely did some working out. Let me see what this is. Let me see if this is anything good. I think I might have at least a little bit of audio of what happened. Oh my goodness. This is where things just went off the deep end, like really badly. This is why I was saying he had a crappy day. All right, where are we at? Let's see. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, yes. Okay, so Braun Strowman pushes it over to the side of the ramp. I do have the audio from this. All right. He pushes the porta potty with Kevin Owens inside of it to the side of the ramp, and he acts like he's going to push it over, but then he stops, and he goes, and he looks at the crowd, and the crowd is going crazy. Here he is. He's looking out. They're saying yes.
No. Braun, you don't have to do this, Braun. You don't need to do this, Braun. Don't. No. Oh, my God.
No. Kevin Owens over to the side. Oh, he killed Kevin Owens, dude.
What did you do, Braun?
What'd you do, Braun? They start calling people out. Get out here! Somebody get out here! Braun's just smiling at him. And then they pull him out, and he's covered in blue stuff and like chunks of something. I don't know what it is. I think it's just the blue stuff. Oh my God! And Braun's just smiling and loving the destruction he has caused. Do you know where you are?
Easy, Kevin.
The winner of the match by countout, Braun Strowman!
Oh my goodness, dude. Do you know where you are? The fact that they had the camera that close to the paramedic was so perfect right there. Because you could hear the paramedic like, do you know where you are, Kevin? Do you know where you are? He didn't even call him Kevin. He didn't even know who he was. I loved the presentation of this ending. It was awesome. It was funny. Everybody in the live chat was just laughing it up and having fun with this. And honestly, like I was saying before, I think this was a little bit more entertaining than a match between these two would have been right now. Not that I don't want to see them fight. They'll probably fight at Extreme Rules in like a porta potty match or something, but whatever. I was cool with it. I really did like this ending. It left me with a feel good, just like a good feeling in my chest after watching Raw that normally is reserved for SmackDown. Okay, because SmackDown seems to have decided that they need to be the funny show, and that'll get people to like their show. Even though they have great wrestlers, even though they could tell really compelling storylines, and most of the time they do a good job with both of those. But this was cool because it felt like something where they just wanted us to have a good time, which is great. Thank you, Raw, dude. That's what I want you to want. That's what I want you to feel about me. Give me a good time, dude. If you're not going to have like cohesive and intelligent storylines all the time, then do something like this. This was fun. It was cool to see somebody like Kevin Owens get their comeuppance like this, like he's been getting. And it was cool to see Braun just do what he's good at. Hopefully this doesn't end up in a suspension or some crap like that, because, dude, we know. You don't need to suspend Braun. Don't try it again, Kurt Angle. Remember what happened last time you tried to suspend him? Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, man. But anyway, overall, and that was the end of Raw. We fade to black off of that. That was it. And Kevin Owens faded to blue because he was covered in the blue stuff. If you look at the thumbnail for this, that's exactly what happened. That's the end of that exchange right there. I'm giving this a rating. I'm giving this Raw rating, and it's going to be a 7.75. I give it a 7.75. Yeah, because there's so much recycling here. It's almost like if you missed this Raw, you didn't miss this Raw. Because if you watched last week's Raw, you already pretty much knew everything, except for that Roman Reigns was going to have 2 matches, and that the Revival was going to disqualify those 2 matches. It was pretty replay-ish, man. The Matt Hardy segment was just like last week. Same outcome, same winner, except for it was a longer match. He didn't slip off the ropes this time. They actually had an okay match. I did enjoy a lot of this. It was fun, but and there was more of an attention to detail. So 7.8 sounds about right to me. I would have liked if there was a little bit of progression in some of the storylines. As far as Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns, I don't really understand why they hate each other at this point. Like, they're going to have a match at Extreme Rules, and they hate each other now. Why? Why do they hate each other? There's like, I don't see it. I really don't see it. So there's just a believability issue to some of the rivalries. There's a little bit of issue with pushing stuff forward. It's like, we knew Sasha Banks and Bayley were going to have a therapy session. They had the therapy session. It was to be continued. So if you didn't watch it, you would pretty much know everything that you know right now. So I just, the importance of this episode is why I'm giving it less than 8, but it's just right on the borderline. I think it was a good Raw, and that ending definitely helped it out. Without that ending, I probably would have given it like a 7.3 or maybe 7.5 or something. But actually, I gotta give it a little bit more than that. I'll give it 7.9. 7.9. There you go. Just can't have it touch the 8 mark. Can't have it touch the 8 mark. I'll give it a 7.9 because of that ending. Ending was good. They definitely had some attention to detail there, and I did like the storytelling with the Roman Reigns part and the Revival part. I just don't understand the Bobby Lashley part of that, and the Ember Moon match was weird. No, I'm a 7.8. I'm a 7.8. Never mind. Forget that 9. 7.8 though. That's where I'm going with it. That's my final word. Okay, 7.8. Because it gave me a good feeling, and it seemed like Raw actually wanted me to have fun, wanted me to have a good time, which is good because normally I don't feel like they care at all about this situation. I don't think they care at all, but at least today they did. Seem to. What are you guys thinking? Cringeman says 6.9. Second City Saint says 7.0. Snipes says 7.0. What do the rest of you guys say? Let's see. Let's see what you guys think. 10.5 out of 10? 10.5. Well, hey, man. If you're enjoying it that much, that's great. I'm glad somebody's enjoying it that much. I'm not saying I didn't have fun, and I'm not saying it was a bad episode at all. I just think that there's definitely some sharpening they could have done. So altogether, I'd say we're at a, let's see, with my 7.9 plus 7, that's 14.9, plus another 7, that's 21.9, and then a 6.9 on top of that. So what would it be? It'd be a 28.9, so it'd be 28.8. 28.8 divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, and then plus 10. Oh gosh, now there's more ratings. Now there's more ratings. I have to bring out my calculator. I'd say we're about a 7.4 or something, 7.5 area. So yeah, pretty okay Raw. Nothing super spectacular, but definitely a presentable and fun Raw. So I'd say if you missed it, you should probably watch it. But if you didn't get to see it, maybe catch like an abridged version or something. It's not, you didn't miss much. You didn't miss much as far as storyline goes, but that ending was definitely something you might have missed. Well, there you guys go. There you guys have it. Adam Bomb says 7 out of 10. Miss Lala says 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. Bacon. No, the bacon, it was so funny. That line was magic. Kevin Owens kills it. So yeah, there you guys go. I hope you had fun watching Monday Night Raw along with me. If you were part of the live stream, if you've made it this far in this review, thank you so much. Make sure you've left a comment, a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, click that bell icon. Even if you don't click the bell icon, please just know that anytime WWE is live, I'm probably live here. And normally about 15 minutes after Monday Night Raw, I'm live, or after SmackDown or after NXT. I do my live reviews at those points, so I would definitely appreciate to have you guys here. Thank you so much for hanging with me. Thanks for being part of Grapple Chat, guys. And I will be seeing you guys for SmackDown Live tomorrow, which is the day before July the 4th, man. I'm going to have a cool event. Oh, at least I think it's going to be cool. Hopefully you guys will like it as well. But tomorrow, SmackDown Live and Grapple Chat. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Stay safe in the meantime, guys. Can't wait to see you again. I had a lot of fun with you guys tonight. Gritty Urban and Grapple Chat out.